I hate videos. Now, you may be wondering, if I hate videos, what the heck am I doing here? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am super excited for today's episode. This lady that I'll be interviewing, I met quite some time ago. Um, and her story just resonated and impacted me so much. So I'm excited because I get to highlight her and introduce her to all of you. If you're watching and you and I have not met yet, my name is Inga van Roy, and I am recognized as the connection catalyst. I help entrepreneurs develop a strategy so that they can stand out and connect with their ideal community. This show is also live on Africa Radio. So if you would like to go over there and listen on that side, here's the website for you. Um, we're doing it on both ends right now, but at the end of the show, I actually go live completely only on radio. So please, you're welcome to tune in and send us a message. Also, you can do that through WhatsApp to +277 69714 45204. I am just wrapping up a song on the radio and I'm getting ready to welcome Carmen. So let's see how this goes. Woo! Yes. If you were listening on radio, that was a live rendition of I'm Every Woman by Whitney Houston and Shaka Khan. They sang it together. Isn't that awesome? So if you are watching live, welcome, welcome. And by the way, you're late to the party. We already started this party on Africa Online Radio. And thank you to everyone who is watching and who's tuned in. Know that we appreciate you. Today, this Wonder Women Wednesday rendition is about positivity. Positivity, which is really a topic that is very near and dear to my own heart. It is a topic that is very near and dear to my guest's heart, and it's something that has helped her overcome the adversity that she's faced in her own life. So I'm excited because I get to chat with her, dive in a little bit deeper into her story. I've already heard some of it, but I'm sure there's something that I'm going to find out today. And I love stories. I know that, in the days of old when things were not documented, that is how we passed information from generation to generation through stories. And that is part of the reason why everyone probably loves them. Stories make us feel a certain way, don't they? They evoke emotion. And I am just super excited to welcome my amazing guest. Hello to you, Carmen Cara.
Hi, Inga. Hi, Inga. Hello,
Hi.
listeners.
Hello, Carmen. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Lovely to have you here. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yourself?
Well, thank you. Good to have you and good to
Good.
see you on my screen. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you so much. It's lovely seeing you after so long.
Yes. Um, Carmen, won't you introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are and what you do?
So, I'm Carmen Cara. I am a single mom to a 19-year-old daughter. And I started a virtual assistant business about just after COVID had started. I started a virtual assistant business because I saw the need in the market. And that's what I currently do. But I come from a corporate. I've got a long-standing um, relationship with the corporates of the world, or from Cape Town specifically. So the Old Mutual, I've done almost 19 years, and then I did a stint at Sanlam for about 3, 4 years. Yeah, so
Wow.
that's me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's lovely to have you. And
Thank you.
if you are watching live, I can see there are so many people watching live on YouTube, actually. It's showing me the number for YouTube. There are so many people watching us. Won't you please drop us a comment? We'd love to acknowledge you and make you part of this conversation. You don't just have to be listening in. So, yes, please drop us a comment. Let us know. And we want to acknowledge who you are and what you're saying as well. Let me see. I want to say hello to the people that are tuned in on radio that have sent us a message. So, to my friend Jay, thank you for being here. And then we have Amanda and Annaline, Katie, and Cecilia, who've all sent us messages on WhatsApp. So thank you for tuning in. And let's say hello to the people. Oh, it's hello, Michelle. Michelle says hello. She's saying hi from Denmark. Oh my goodness. She says she loves she says I look amazing. Oh, my
Oh,
sister.
awesome.
um
Michelle's in
and
the
sh
house.
yes, and she loves positivity. Awesome.
Oh, hi.
Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you for being
Val.
here, sis. She says, yes, hi. Michelle is in the house. And Michelle is Danish. She's all the way from Denmark. Thank you. And Val says, hi, Inga and Carmen. Nice to see you here with us, Val. And please, I see more people are joining in from on YouTube. So please drop us a comment. Let us know who you are and where you're tuning in from. Um, let's jump in, shall we, Carmen?
Awesome.
Won't you please walk us through your career journey? You did mention a little bit, but walk us through where you started to where you are now.
So my career started as a receptionist many, many years ago. Um, I worked at a dentist as his receptionist. Then I moved over to Belleville College of Education to be their front office, liaison. Um, but then soon after that, they felt the need to put me into one of the other departments, personnel officer. And then, once I reached my ceiling there, I moved on to a hospital where I was the secretary to the hospital manager and the two matrons. And that wasn't a very long stint. When Sanlam pitched and said, "Come, we want you." And then I went over to Sanlam, which I really, really loved. Working for a huge corporate really has its benefits, and just quicker to sort of elevate your career if you working for a company like that. So I think 6 months into my career or my stint at Sanlam, the deputy CEO, he came down onto our floor one day and says, "My lady is leaving, but I want you, Carmen." And I said, "Okay, fine, then I'll come work for you." And that wasn't long. Then there was an internal merger, and I found myself, needing to look elsewhere. I then moved over to Old Mutual. That was, I think, 2001. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the vibe. I loved the energy. I loved the culture that the company had to offer. And yes, it became a home for many, many years. Um, And I think then in 2007, I, because I was just a normal personal assistant, and then in 2007, I joined the PA forum that they have, and I started as a committee member. And then being a committee member for the very first year, it was just for me to get to know the ropes. And then by the end of that year, the entire committee unanimously voted that I should be the chairperson for the following year, which in hindsight, I then took on this role, but I made it my baby. So I ran my normal day job, and I was the chairperson to the PA Association, Adult Mutual. That taught me so many things, from networking to how to interact and bring other businesses into the Old Mutual itself, how to collaborate, how to make things work, and to sometimes I needed to think out of the box to not step on anybody's toes, but still make it work. And that I did for almost 9 years. So
Wow.
almost 10 years, I was the chairperson to the Old Mutual PA Association. But it was definitely, what I can say was my stepping stone in my career, in my life, what taught me so many lessons,
Mm.
from just being the chairperson, but taking in, absorbing the information and the lessons that I've learned along the way.
Mm.
That yes, I'm here with the corporate, but there's a small business owner that's needing business from this huge, like we call it the green machine, because that was the corporate colors.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was really, really awesome. And so for me, the love for PAs then started because I soon started to realize that with being the chairperson, I headed up and I looked after all the PAs wherever Old Mutual had a footprint. So if you start from Cape Town, if you know Cape Town, South Africa, so it was literally all the PAs right into the African countries. So Cape Town, Durban, Mpumalanga, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, everywhere Old Mutual had a footprint then. Those are the
Wow.
PAs that belong to that network. So it was an internal network.
Mm.
But for me, it was always important that I bring um, anybody and everybody that needed to do business with Old Mutual to introduce them to the PAs. And then, after a while, I realized, but if this is Old Mutual, this is like small, if I really look at it at the bigger scheme of things. So
Mhm.
um, surely if let me look and try and look at it in the marketplace. And then I started interviewing certain people, to see like, can this work on the outside? Because surely if you start a network for PAs, and then I realized, but there's networks for women in business, women in leadership, women this and women that, and there's like all these bodies and forums. I belong to a few of them, but I hardly ever heard that there's anything like that within Cape Town,
Mm.
looking after the PAs,
Mm.
but making it mutually beneficial, that I can take the small business owner who runs a B&B, or
Yeah.
who has a team building business, or who's just a comedian. Can I link you guys with, can I link those people with what I'm thinking of wanting to do? Um, and then in 2012, so every year I would have a conference for all the PAs of Old Mutual. So the ladies would fly in from all over South Africa to
Wow.
come to Cape Town. It was like the biggest event on the calendar. Everybody wanted to be there at the conference, and it was normally run over 2.5 days. But it was networking in-house,
Yeah.
but definitely, and bringing in, the service providers that I could bring in. So it's anything from in-house service providers and then the external service providers as well.
Wow.
So that it's a learning for everybody. When they walk away with, something really value added that they can take back. Plus, the nice part is that, you're always talking to somebody in one of the African countries, or even just in Johannesburg, but you never know what she looks like. So here you are, and you say, "Are you coming down to the conference? Are you coming?" And then everybody's there, and it's just like one sisterhood, how, what it looks like when a whole lot of females are together. So it was um, it was just like that, and that it was just awesome. And then 2012, I had an event we had at the President Hotel, and one of my friends came over, and I said, "Look at this is the event," because we had an event and everything was pink. So it was pink speakers, pink gifts, pink everything was themed pink
Wow.
because it was a powerfully pink conference. But he came and he said to me, "Do you realize how powerful you are within Old Mutual?" And I never ever thought of it like that. For all the years that I was ever the chairperson, that thought never had crossed my mind. But when it was highlighted, I thought it does make a lot of sense. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
And then the following year, Ralph Mupita, who is now the CEO of MTN, he was our then CEO. The ladies went on conference, and Ralph and I was on first name basis because when he wasn't the CEO of Old Mutual, he was sitting down the passage where I sat on the same floor. So it was Ralph. It was never Mr. Mupita. It was just Ralph. And I'd sent him an email directly to his inbox, and I said, "Ralph, I'm taking all the ladies to the conference, 120 of them. Would you mind opening the conference for me? I know it's a big ask, that kind of thing." And she says, "Carmen, I've got another engagement, but is there something else that I can do?" I said, "Ralph, then do a 15-minute introduction and just welcome the ladies." And because he couldn't be there in person. So I obviously opened the conference and I said, "Look, I've got somebody very special who wants to open this conference. He's not here in person, but he's here on a video link." And I had ladies crying in the audience because they've always seen him on the newsletter as a picture. They've never seen him on screen, and there he was. And
Wow.
there's so
Wow.
many things to highlight that was like really big things um, that I pulled off, and I could because it's the power of networking,
Yep.
and it's yeah.
Yes.
And so,
Um,
and so going forward, 2015, I then decided, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this on my own as a side hustle, just to create all the PAs together and call it the powerful PA training and network. And so the virtual arm came in afterwards, but yeah, that is where I find myself right now.
that's awesome. That is awesome. Um, wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Um, so if you know anything about me, you'll know that I always speak about Ubuntu and community.
Yes. Yes.
So for the people that are tuned in that don't know what it means, let me tell you that Ubuntu is an ancient African word and it means humanity to others. It is often described as reminding us that I am because we are. And for
Mm,
me, my community is a huge part of my life because without them, I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
yeah.
I'm a speaker. I'm I've written a book. I'm a live show host.
Wow.
Yeah, and many more things. But it's as a result of the people that I've had in my circle. So,
Sure.
Carmen, what does community mean to you?
Oh man, that is something that is so close to my heart. And for me, it's if I can help, if I can do something for someone else, even if, sometimes people say, "So what is in it for me?" Kind of thing. And sometimes I have to stop myself because even if there's nothing in it for me, I will still go and find a way where I can assist you. If I can't assist you directly, I'm going to find somebody that will help, or can help you. Um, it's just something that drives me. It's just something that gets it gets me going. If I can assist in any which way, then yes, I will. So that's
Awesome.
me and my community.
Awesome. That speaks to me of impact. One of my favorite quotes is by Kevin Cruz, and he says, "Life is about making an impact, not an
Mm,
income." And I
yes,
often add this part at the end when I quote that quote, and I say that the reason why is because when you strive for impact, the income will come.
Yes.
Right?
For me, it's about I always have the question, what is the legacy that I'm going to leave behind? It's not the
Yes.
amount of money, it's what did she do or what did he do while he was still here on earth.
Yes.
That is, I think, what's most important to me right now. It's nothing else. It's got to do with nothing else. And I
Wow.
always teach that to other people. It's the legacy that you leave behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's go to the comments quickly.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, I have my friend Daisy tuned in. She says, "Hola, ladies. God bless you both. Nice to be here.
Hi,
Tuning in
Daisy.
from Lorain, Ohio. Thank you for being here, Daisy. Nice to see you." Um, wow. Michelle says, "It is always exciting what the strong women on Inga's show talk about. Thanks for sharing your story, Carmen. Sending you lots of positive energy."
Oh, thank you.
This is my sister from another mister, by the way.
Uh,
Michelle says also, "Carmen, you look amazing. Power woman.
Thank
I
you,
love
Michelle.
read." And she says, "I totally agree. Life teaches us and we learn from it."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. She also says, "I love this. The power of networking lies in its ability to create mutually beneficial relationships. As you connect with others and build rapport, you create a network of individuals who can vouch for your skills and expertise, refer you to opportunities, or collaborate on projects. Carmen, you rock."
Thank you. That's so cute.
Oh my gosh. And look, we have Sandy Inglis says that I can vouch for, Carmen. You are one of a kind.
Oh, thank you, Sandy.
Thank you for being here with us, Sandy. Thank you. Welcome. Daisy says, yes, it's always about somebody else, or at least it should be. That is how we receive. It feels better to give than to receive always.
True,
Awesome.
true. Very true, Daisy.
Yes. So, how does the work that you do now, how does that relate to your community?
Well, there's so on the Powerful PA, on the network itself, I have a lot of PAs, close to, I think, about 200 of them. Um, some are employed, some are unemployed, some are sort of in between jobs, some are retired. And so, what I'm trying to do right now is to find work so that I could hand something to them. And my business model, in terms of the virtual PA stuff, I've designed it in such a way that when there's a mother who's probably been working full time, needing to put food on the table on extra income, I've designed it in such a way that she can maybe just pull an extra 2 hours a day or a night or whenever she wants in the week, and earn the income additional to what she's been earning already. So that's what I'm doing for the Powerful PA, because my heart feels for them, because some of them are unemployed or retired, and I do feel that the retired ladies um, are the gold. They've got all the years of experience. They probably have more experience on than I have.
Oh
I've
my
got
goodness.
like 30 odd years, and so for me, if I get like a training gig, so sometimes I get training, I get asked to train um, younger PAs or receptionists, and my heart is really feeling that when I do get those gigs, and I have enough of those gigs coming in, I would want to say
Mm,
to some of the PAs, if you're strong enough, and if you see yourself doing this, let me coach you and let me take it to that level where you can also go and train some other
mm.
PAs. Yeah.
I love that. It's it's always been my vision that, within my business, within whatever I'm doing, if I can elevate others with
Yeah.
me, why not?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so on that page with you.
I imagine actually, if you think about the Olympics, the
Yeah.
podiums that we stand on,
Yeah. Yeah.
first, second, and third, I would
Yeah.
just pull everybody up on that number
On
one
first.
podium with me. Why not?
Yes.
Right? Oh my goodness. So, Carmen, the theme of this show is positivity. Can you
Yeah.
tell us why positivity is such a big thing for you and how it has helped you overcome the adversity that you faced in your own life?
Um, sure. It's a thing that I've always never wanted to be negative. I can't deal with negative mindsets. It's not a space where I cope well with. So what I don't think I've shared with you, or what the listeners or viewers don't know, is that um, 2 years ago I was diagnosed with cancer, and it was cancer. It was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and the the doctors on the day of my diagnosis, I will never forget this day. It was on the 3rd of Feb. Um, as I was driving home, or while I was still in his rooms, he said that you have between 5 and 10 years to live. That was my death sentence in actual words. And I was diagnosed with, for those who know, I was diagnosed with B cells and with T cells. Um, so when you have cancer, you can either get B cells, which is the fast growing cells, or T cells, which is the slow growing. So B cells is aggressive and T cells is slow growing. So I was diagnosed with both. So my case was diagnosed as rare. The doctors diagnosed it as rare because you don't get B and T together.
Mm,
And so they wanted to start with chemo, like sort of like immediately. And as I left the doctor's surgery, he was sending off letters to the medical aid to open my oncology benefit section, and all of that. And on the day, as I drove home that morning, and I'm trying to process the news that I just got. So I already started crying in the surgery. And as I'm driving home, the tears were just flowing.
mm,
And I'm driving home and I'm saying, you know what, Lord, this is not for me. I am refusing
mm,
this, whatever this is that I just heard, and this that you're telling me is now present in my body.
mm,
I don't want it. And at the time, that was my daughter's matric year. And I said to him, I am not going to Tina's matric ball with a bald head and no eyebrows, no eyelashes. There's no way. There's no way this is happening. And I just made up my mind. I'm not accepting this. And I drove home, and I had to pull myself towards myself as I entered the door here at home.
yeah.
And I needed to share the news with my mom and with my daughter. And we all had a good crying session.
Mm-hmm.
And then I called my one friend whose husband he's a nephrologist. And I got my results also immediately from the doctor.
Yeah.
And as I sent it well, he phoned, and I sent it to him, and he couldn't believe it. He says, Carmen, this is not happening. This is not real. Do you know how sick you are? And I said, no, I am not sick. I'm not sick. And then he says, but I'm going to help you. I'll see you through, and I'll let you have whatever it is that you need, and I'll make sure that you're okay. And I said to him, no, I'm not doing this. I've decided I'm going the natural route. I'm not taking the chemo, and I'm not going to go with whatever it is that these doctors are wanting me to do. I don't want to do it.
Mm.
And then
Wow.
he And then I
Wow.
decided the very next day, the 4th of Feb, I decided this is a natural route I'm going. And at the time, I was well, I still am. I sell unique skincare products. That's in my spare time. So I decided, okay, fine. I'm going all the unique stuff. So I started taking all the unique herbal teas. I started taking all the vitamins. I started taking everything else that was 100% pure because I wasn't going to let any chemical enter my body.
Mm,
And then the very next day, that was the 4th of Feb, I went to see a cannabis doctor out in Solaris Pass. This is just outside Somerset West. And I went on to cannabis on the 4th of Feb. And I went on a serious detox on the medicines, but also a detox in terms of the stuff that I eat. So I don't know if you guys know, but sugar is a driver for cancer. So the more sugar the higher your sugar intake, the more prone you are to getting cancer or something.
mm,
So everything went natural. All my drinks, all my, like you rather make a smoothie or you rather
mm,
avoid sugar and replace everything that's brown, like white sugar, replace it with brown sugar. White rice, replace it with brown rice.
mhm,
Um, those kind of things. White flour, replace it with brown flour. So instead of having white bread, have a brown bread, whole wheat bread, that kind of thing.
mm.
And that is what I did. And I haven't stopped taking the cannabis. But 4 months down the line, the doctors phoned to say that they can't find the cancer anymore. So yeah,
Wow.
that's the short. I still had, I think I had 3 operations, so under my arms,
Mhm.
for them to take out the lymph nodes. Um, and yeah, that's just the shortened version. I'm tempted to write a book, but I'm not feeling it just yet. But yes, it's kind of it's there.
You're tempted to write a book.
I am. I am. I
um,
am. I am. But there's so many things, there's
yes,
different chapters to write about. So yeah.
yes,
I don't just want to do one book and it's got like a few pages. So yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about that off air. Um, you know,
Okay.
it's honestly, um, let me, I want to read you something. So I wrote a book, and my book was published at the beginning of 2022.
Oh, last year.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Um, I want to read you what I wrote. There was something that I wrote here, and because I wrote a foreword. Um, the book that I wrote is it's um, it's so weird because I don't like talking about it, and I'm catching myself right now. But in any case, let me tell you that um, oh man, I'm looking for the part that I wanted to tell you about. But, you know, for me, it was really a journey, right? Because I knew that I was able to, I'm capable of doing it. But really, I had to overcome that imposter syndrome because I wrote a children's guide to learning Afrikaans. That's the book that I wrote. I am currently writing two other books that I'm hoping to publish by the end of this year. But
Awesome.
um, in my dedication, I wrote that, Lord, last but not least, thank you for carrying me through this and for helping me achieve this big, bold, audacious goal. Only you know the end from the beginning, and I'm grateful to be your vessel. Please continue to use and speak through me for your glory. And I will
Awesome.
tell you that, when I wrote this book, it was it was part of my journey of getting out of my own way, right?
Okay.
Because we all get in our own way. We all
Sure.
do.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I want to tell you, get out of your own way and write the book. You need to write it. I said in my acknowledgements, I said, writing a book like this is more difficult than I thought and more rewarding than I could ever have imagined.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I don't know why I'm procrastinating.
No, come on. We're going to talk about it. I'll be checking in on you too. But in any case, Carmen, wow, your story is just so amazing in that you started taking this on the 4th of February, and 4 months later, your body was rid of cancer. Are you
Yeah.
joking? Like, that's
No
huge.
joke. No joke. No joke. I think the
Crazy.
doctors are very baffled because, the results showed that it was there.
Yes.
And then, like 4 months later, so he kept on saying, we're having sessions, we're having discussions. So he says, your name is not mentioned, please don't worry, but I'm having discussions with what we're seeing and what we what our findings were and what we're seeing now. I never
Yeah.
told him um, that that I'm taking the cannabis because I just some people are prone to it, some people are not for it. So I just thought, ugh,
Yes.
I'm not going to tell
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Um, and so I didn't say anything that I'm taking the cannabis. And so, yeah,
Did you
but I
tell
never,
him afterwards?
yes, yes. And
Wow.
yeah. So they still not saying it's that. Then, and I'm, so
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I just thank
Whatever.
God for
Yes.
for this because, geez, I don't know where I would have been now had it been the case. So
Yes.
it's not the case, and I thank
Wow.
God for that.
Wow.
All
Let's
praise.
let's go to let's go to this to the comments.
Okay.
I have Chase here. Thank you for tuning in, Chase. Chase and I are working on a project together, and he is tuned in from Seattle. So thank you.
Awesome.
He says, "This all brings a quote to mind. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared." I love that.
Lovely. Very nice. Very nice,
Thank
Chase.
you. Thank you, Chase. I see so many people are watching us on YouTube. And I want to say, if you're watching on YouTube, please drop us a comment. Let us know you're here. If you're here to support Carmen, let her know. I know that it will just warm her heart.
He's one of the powerful peers. I see Charlene that
Yes,
sent a note. Hi,
yes.
Charlene.
She says she's so proud of you, Carmen.
Thanks, my homie. She's from Stellenbosch.
Hi. Thank you, Charlene, for tuning in. Michelle says, "You go, girl."
Thanks, Michelle.
you know, Michelle is in Denmark, and usually she's not able to tune in because of the time difference. But today I called her before, and she said she's tuning in today. She says, "Inga, I love this." Yes, I know. Michelle also says, "I helped my mother when she had cancer, and due to change in diet, she got better."
There we go.
Wow. And Charlene says, "You're a homie." um,
Charlie's from
so,
Stellenbosch in Cape Town, where the good wine comes from.
yes.
That's my hometown.
Oh my goodness. You know, um, my husband loves Cabernet Sauvignon,
Oh,
and
nice.
uh, we we tend to taste and try a lot of wines from South Africa.
Oh,
Um,
of course.
yeah,
Of course.
why not?
Yes.
Why not? Right?
You have
Um,
to.
so, Carmen, you mentioned that you're a single mom.
Yeah.
And, of course, that in itself is a huge challenge,
Mm.
was a huge challenge.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, like, in that, how did positivity show up there as well?
Sure, that was hard work in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it takes a village. So I had a village. My brothers, my mom, all
Mm,
helped um, raise, and then I have lots of friends. Some of my friends that I met before I even, fell pregnant, whatever, they still around, and everybody
beautiful.
would just assist, wherever was needed.
Hmm.
Some fall by the wayside, but yeah, I'm grateful for everybody, grateful for all the help. Um, but I think for me also that what carried me through was, you got to get up, you got to dress up, and you got to show up every day. And you've got to do that with a really positive attitude each and every day. Um, and as a result of that, I live by the motto, Mahatma Gandhi's motto: "Be the change that you want to see in the world." So for me, it's this is who I am. This is how I want to be. This is how I want other people to react to me because that's what I want for myself.
Hmm.
And so I need to be that change. I needed to be that specific person. I am a published poet now. So I wrote the poem about my cancer, but my boyfriend also is a poet, and he I recited one of his poems at one of the poetry circle we have on Saturday past, and it's his poem is called the Holocaust. Let me just see, Holocaust of Hurt, and basically what he's saying in his poem is that we tend to pitch tents in our past, and we live in the concentration camps in our future. Um, that is like one of the opening lines of his poem,
Wow.
and
Wow.
yeah, and I can relate to so much, and there's so many people out there that I meet along the line, along my life's journey, that they're living in the future. They're very present, but their past
Mm,
is still impacting them so much. It's like they haven't made peace with a lot of things.
yeah.
And for me, I think if you look at my relationship that I have with my ex-husband, um, yeah, we have our differences, but we had to live past certain things to make it happy. Yeah,
Mm,
if that's for lack of a better word, um, for my daughter's sake. And so is the rest of his family, the rest of my family. It's like not like nothing has ever happened, but we all get
yes.
along perfectly well.
Yes.
Um, but and some people they fight all the time, they argue all the time, and sometimes those things are just so unnecessary. Just get
Absolutely.
over it, build a bridge and get over it, and life needs to carry on from a certain
Yes.
point. And
Yes.
for me to just keep reminding me of that, I had a butterfly tattooed on my ankle because be the change that you want to see in the world. That's the motto that I live by. And so, yeah.
Wow. So many things right there.
Yes.
Whew. So the poem that you spoke of that your boyfriend wrote.
The
Um,
Holocaust of Hurt.
yes.
Yeah.
I it reminds me actually of the song by Erica Badu, Bag Lady. Right?
Yeah.
There are
Yes.
so
Yes.
many people
Yes.
that just keep those bags and keep carrying them.
Yes.
And they don't realize that it doesn't serve them and they
Yes.
need to put those things down. And
Yes.
I'm not saying forget what happened to you, but
Yes.
like
Yes.
I don't know if you have you ever eaten cherry pie? Common?
No.
Okay, so cherry pie is really huge in North America. People make it, they buy it, etc.
Yeah.
And the thing about cherry pie is you will never find, really, you'll never find a cherry pie that comes without a few seeds. So
Okay.
when you cut a piece and you eat a piece of that cherry pie, you often encounter seeds as you're eating it. But
Yeah.
it's so delicious that you don't
You eat
stop.
seasonal.
You don't stop eating it just because of the seeds,
Yeah.
right? You you eat it and you just remove the seed. You keep removing the seeds as you're going along. And the
Oh,
point I'm trying to make is, you know, when it comes to life and something goes awry, the best way to do it is really to take the lesson and discard the rest. If something goes awry, take the lesson and discard the rest.
yeah.
Um, in the comments, I see Daisy said, it does take a village, and it's a blessing to have people to help. It truly is.
Yeah.
Um, we also
Absolutely,
have
Daisy.
ABD Barra. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see your name on my screen. Appreciate you. And we have Burton Williams. He says, a phenomenal lady. Keep on going, Carmen.
Thanks, Burton.
Um,
Burton's also from Stellenbosch. He's from where they pick the strawberries, the strawberry
oh,
farms in Jamestown.
I was just gonna say in Jamestown because
Yes,
I know
yes.
Jamestown. My aunt and my uncle used to live there,
So,
and
so, so Burton and I,
yeah.
I'm part of another community project.
Oh,
It's called Partners for Possibility. So I'm Burton's partner in Partners for Possibility. It's my primary school, and he's the principal of that primary school. It's St. Ida's Primary School.
wow,
And about 10 years ago, my standard five class friends and I, so there's six girls and one guy, we decided to start a fundraising committee for the school to raise funds to just do things for the school. So every now and again, we sponsor either stationery, and initially we had a dance, I think in 2015 or 14. Um, where the school turned 75, and our aim was to fundraise 75,000 for the school, and I think we safely secured about 73,000 rand for the school, and
wow,
we subsequently painted, changed, fixed up two classrooms. We did the hall. We, you know, painted, put burglar bars, blinds, that kind of thing. Sponsored trophies and stuff. And so
wow.
Burton and I are back with Partners for Possibility, and I'm doing giving back to the school as well. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But
That's
there's a whole lot of
amazing.
schools and a whole lot of principals, a whole lot of businesses
Yes.
um, in the area, in the Stellenbosch Basin. That's
Wow.
part of Partners for Possibility.
Wow. I would like to say, if you are listening live on Africa Radio, please note you are in the right place. This is Wonder Women Wednesday with Inga van Roy and my guest, Carmen Cara. We are talking about positivity. And honestly, this lady is the epitome of it. Um, man, you know, I think we all are. I think we've all been through so much in our lives. I mean,
Sure.
nobody has an easy life.
No.
I, a lot of the time we think that people that are rich, that have monetary things, and they have um, those things in their lives, that they have an easy life. And it may be so to a certain extent, but everybody, I believe, faces adversity in one
Sure.
in any
Some other way.
different, yeah, shape or form,
Yeah,
right? um
definitely.
so thank you, Africa, to the people that are listening in, that are tuned in to us. I want to acknowledge. Daisy said, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light." Matthew
Yes.
11:30. We should
Yes.
put our burdens on him. Amen.
Absolutely.
Thank
Amen.
you. Thank you,
Agree.
Daisy. And Charlene says that Burton was her classmate. So nice. Thank you for being here, Charlene and Burton, and everyone else, because I can see there's a large number of people that are on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and don't be shy. Come and
Thank you, everyone. Please, if you have any questions, please let me
yes,
know. I'm happy to answer for you anything.
yes. Thank you. And
Mm.
um, by the way, I'm going to be going on to Africa Online Radio after this conversation. I just want to wrap things up and show people how it is that they can cultivate their own positivity so that they can help themselves overcome adversity and become the very best version of who they are. So
Mm.
please pop over to africa.co.za and listen to the end of this show, Wonder Women Wednesday, with me, Inga van Roy. Um, Carmen, won't you please? You mentioned your poem. I'd love for you to read it for us.
Okay, I will need my glasses for that, but I'll
That's
definitely
fine.
read. Okay, so before I read, I am part of the poet society called Poets Funny Cup. You'll find us. We do have a Facebook page. And if you are an aspiring poet, please feel free to drop us a note and join us if you so wish. Okay, so my poem reads as follows. It's called I Refuse. As my fingertips trace that lump under my arm, angst boiled from my belly to my mind at the harm. Faith left me like a river through the front door. As fear found a home in my heart, it hit me in my core. As the experts announce, it was non Hodgkin's lymphoma. The death sentence almost immediately sent me into a coma. As I laid on the table, it felt like I was being crucified. They extracted the harmful pills of a long life I would not be denied. I refused to listen to the demons in my head. I refused to become a resident in a hospital bed. I refused to take the ghastly chemotherapy. I refused to take the medication that would mess with my destiny. Today, I can truly testify of God's amazing grace. Of that harmful disease, there is absolute no trace. I guess the great I am still has a purpose and a plan for me. For now, his deliverance is my healing testimony.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Um, what a testimony, really.
Mm, really
I
is.
um, I received a message from one of my friends, and they said, "I'm really inspired by Carmen's
Oh,
story."
awesome. Awesome.
So thank you for
I'm so
sharing.
glad I could do that.
Yeah, they also sent me another message. They said they loved your journey and just hearing about your journey, and also it's good to think about what do you want to be remembered for. So,
Yes. Yes.
and also another comment. Wow. Good evening to you, Jenny. Jenny is one of our presenters on Africa Up Radio, and wow. She says, sorry, I'm seeing all the messages because I missed them. So
Okay.
Jenny is a teacher, and she
Oh,
has teacher talks with
oh,
Jenny on
nice.
Saturdays. So please, those of you that are
Uh,
listening, that are tuned in, please stay locked to AKR. We have lots that are
so Jenny
coming up.
Burton can come on and talk.
So she says, "Hi Inga, I'm listening. And she also said, and then I have somebody tuned in from New Zealand. Our colleague, he's also a presenter, and his name is Wayne Southgate. He says, "That is awesome, Carmen. Schools are always in need of assistance. Great job. Thank you for being here, Mr.
Thank you.
S. We
Thank you.
appreciate you."
Thank you.
Um, Jenny says, "Amazing job, Carmen. That is one of my goals, fundraising for schools." You and Carmen should connect, by the way, Jenny.
Absolutely, Jenny.
Yes, I'll connect the two of you, don't worry. And
All good. Thank
she
you.
also says, "I would like to join. I am a published poet, so please share the Facebook page." And she loves your poem. She says, "Wow, amazing poem." And she sent me a ton of clapping hands. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
um, can you share the Facebook page with us, please?
I just know that it's called Poets Funny Carp. Let me just quickly see what is the right, and then I'll
Okay,
just let quickly check for you
okay,
if I can find it.
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it here for you, and then
Yes, yes, please.
uh,
Poets. And you said Fanica.
yeah, VANNIE.
Yes. So that is the name. I found them. It
Did you find
says
them?
yes. Poets Fanica. Um I think I recognize someone here in one of their pictures. Anyway, Poets Funny Cup is on
Okay.
Facebook. Please go and
Yeah.
find them there. Yes, Poets Funny Cup.
Okay.
Exactly. Um, thank you. Oh my goodness, Carmen, can you believe like we're approaching the top of the hour?
No way. This felt like we just started.
I know. So if anyone would like to connect with you, where can they find you, please? What's the best place?
Well, they can find me on WhatsApp. Um, shall I give my number now, or are you going to share that number later with everybody? Or my
Um,
email address is
yeah,
carmen@powerfulpa.co.za.
okay,
Then I do have a website as well. It's just www.powerfulpa.co.za. So yeah, those are definitely
awesome.
where they could find me. I think my cell phone number is also on my website.
Okay, so it's powerfulpa.co.za, right?
Yeah, 1L.
It's scrolling across your screen for those
Yeah.
that are watching live. And if
And
you
my
would like,
email is just carmen@powerfulpa.co.za.
okay, so powerfulpa.co.za. That's one of the
Carmen, yeah.
best places to find her. Or
And
her
then it's
email
just
address
Carmen,
is Carmen
Carmen,
at
Carmen at powerfulpa.co.za.
powerfulpa.co.za.
Yeah.
Awesome. Um, what are your final thoughts for our viewers, Carmen? And what do you think is a good way to cultivate positivity?
It's like really just the mindset thing. I think for me, it's just been a mindset, but also to believe that, that there's a higher being that is there for you, and if you say your prayers, and if you truly believe that there's somebody there listening to you,
Hmm.
it makes so much of a difference. And then just to be there every day, show up every day. I have a song that I believe that I always tell to all my friends, and I always say there's a song of Billy Ocean. It's a very old song. It says, "Whatever turns you on." So whatever turns you on for that particular day, be
Yes.
there. you know, follow your heart. That's what I've always just done. I don't think I would have been where I am today if I didn't have that. Whatever turns me on for the day, this is what turns me on. Follow your heart, and then certain things that I want to achieve, then I become like a bulldozer. I just like I don't care what's on the peripheries, but that's what I see. That's the focus, and I'm focused on getting there. So I'll bulldoze whatever's in front of my way
My
to
goodness.
to get whatever it is that I want. And if I have to climb a mountain or a hill, then yes, I will climb that mountain to get to where I want to be. So
Wow.
I hope that that little bit encourages the listeners and the viewers um, to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve in life, and be it may that there's an illness that you need to overcome. It's tough. I think my very first morning I woke up in tears, but the days thereafter, the tears all turned away, and became a huge smile. And now I love to tell the tale, and I love to inspire others. And if anything, if there's anybody listening or watching, if there's one person that I have inspired, like one of the listeners already said, then that to me is a job well done. So yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So, powerfulpa.co.za is Carmen's website if you'd like to go and check her out. And if you'd like to send her an email, reach her at carmen@powerfulpa.co.za. We
Yes.
need to wrap up here because I need to go back to the radio and I want to play a song that to me just speaks volumes, and it is a beautiful song. It's by Lyra. So thank you, Carmen, for being here. And if you
Thank you
are
so much.
watching, oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy that we had this conversation. If you are watching live, please pop over to africa.co.za and click listen live, so that you can catch the tail end of the segment. Thank you again, Carmen, for being my guest today and coming
Thank you,
and
Ida.
sharing your story.
It
Um,
was an absolute pleasure.
it honestly, the honor was mine. So be blessed. Make it an amazing day
Thank you.
further. I want to wrap
Thank
up here,
you.
so I'll send you to the green room. I'll be with you shortly.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you're still watching, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your support during this conversation and for being present here with us. Um, Please pop over to africa.co.za to listen in to what we have to say on the tail end. Take care, be blessed. I'll see you next week for another episode of Wonder Women Wednesday, where we highlight ordinary women that are making an extraordinary difference so that we can inspire you to overcome the adversity you face and be the very best version of yourself. Until next time, take care, be blessed, and pop over to africa.co.za. You're missing out. See you there. And here is an amazing song